Working the Word session, small groups. I'm here with a few wonderful people from the kingdom. Listen, you all, let's give it up for our live viewing audience. Somebody say, right, that's right. Listen, as you coming on, go ahead and tag you somebody, share this broadcast. We're going to give you a little grace to go ahead and tag somebody before we dive into this conversation. If you have been tuning in to us on second and fourth Tuesday, you know how much of a blessing these discussions that we've been having is a blessing to you. We pray tonight is going to be nothing less than amazing. One thing I found out, and I'm going to let you get your names together, tagging everybody, family members, friends, church members, whoever, co-workers, just everybody. One thing that I'm finding out is a lot of things can be dealt with and addressed from a conversation. From a conversation. If we can just have a conversation in some cases, a lot of stuff that we dealt with or that we experienced with somebody, the relationship or the friendship or the business connection, it could have been resolved from a conversation. Yep. But a lot of times we think that, the way we've been reacting to things is normal, because this is what we normally say. I've always done this. I've always been this way. Just because we've always done it don't mean we've always been right. Right? Amen. So I'm going to give you all some time to just tag. I see you all coming on. I'm going to give you some shout out. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Miss Hamilton, Pastor V is on, Tiffany, Lakeisha Myers, George Carter is on. Y'all like, share, tag you somebody. Let's get those numbers up. Listen, this is going to be amazing conversation tonight, and it's going to be raw and uncut. That's right. Right? All right. I got a quiet group in here with me tonight, you all. They kind of nervous on me, but once we get to rolling and get started, they're going to be all right. So I'm excited tonight, you all. I'm going to give it maybe another 30 seconds for everybody to tag your family members, even some of your haters. We ain't gonna be petty. The Bible talks about, doing good to those that despitefully use you. They need this word. Amen. So we want to be a blessing. And somebody once told me sharing is caring. Right. So if you care about them, share this broadcast with them. I see you, Evangelist Davis coming on. Lucinda is on. Y'all make some noise in the chat. Y'all ready? All right. If you ready, make some noise. All right, you all. Let's dive into this. We've been in a discussion talking about trauma. We've been in an amazing series called How to Go Through. Right. And we've been dealing with the life of Joseph. And if you've been in church 10 minutes, sure you've heard about Joseph and how he had these dreams, and his brothers, they hated him, they didn't like him because he began to reveal the dreams to his family members, just like most of us would do. You know what I'm saying? If I'm feeling like something great or God is revealing something amazing in my life, I want to share it with the people that I love. Right. But the thing with Joseph, I don't know if anybody, really looked at it like this. Joseph was a young man of integrity. Right. Because his father would often choose him to go out and give a report on his older brothers. Normally that's not the case. It's normally the oldest having to check on the youngest. Right. But he had a level of integrity, and he was different. As a child, his father said, go check on your brother, bring me back word, let me know what they doing. And he would bring a good report. He wasn't lying on them. So they didn't like him because, he would bring their mischievous ways back to the father. So that was one level of hate. And then Joseph, father, which was Jacob, threw him more into warfare by making him a coat of many colors, right? So he walking around with this coat of many colors on, and now it makes his brothers hate him even the more. Now we're not talking about people that he don't know, people that he's not familiar with. I'm talking about his biological brothers. And we talked about this past Sunday. You know, how do you go through when it's your family members that are hating on you, don't want to see you prosper, don't want to see you succeed? How do you deal with that? How do you navigate through that and still love your family? Watch this, and try to have some type of connection or fellowship with them. But every time you come around, there's some type of envy and jealousy and you know, people whispering about you. So we want to deal with how to go through when it's family that's hating on you. And what I want to just bring out tonight is unhealthy attachments. Right. Oh, that's good, y'all. Y'all put that in the chat. Unhealthy attachment, because I think one of the things that we misunderstand is, okay, because we are family and because we may have the same last name, same blood running in our bodies, we have to stay attached to that. I see Joseph trying to do this in the text, because when they begin to hate him, he don't treat them any different. Right. And that's a challenge now. Because let's just be real now, even for Christians and, you know, people who have given their life to the Lord, it's hard to love people who you know can't stand your guts, who you know that mistreat you and don't like the ground that you walk on. It's hard. He don't treat them any different. He has a level of jealousy that he sees from them, but yet and still he goes to them and still shares, okay, the goodness of what God is showing him. Right. Y'all see what I'm saying? Yeah. So he's not looking at them any different than how they looking at him, because they can't stand his guts. But he's still trying to be cordial with them, right? He's still trying to make conversation. And this is a challenge, because normally what I see in Christianity and in the church, if somebody stop speaking to us, we gonna stop speaking to them. Right. We're gonna avoid them. We're gonna be gossiping about them. But he still tries to, watch this, to be friendly with those that are not friendly with him. Mm-hmm. Anybody ever been in a situation like that? You knew somebody didn't like you and they made it known to you, but watch this, you still tried to be cordial. Mm-hmm. Still tried to be their friend. You still tried to be their friend. But what about, I want to deal with the person who, okay, when you know somebody didn't like you or envious and jealous of you, and you did not handle it the right way. Come on now, let's just be real in here now, because everybody know the right thing to say. Pastor, yeah, I speak back to him. But what about the time you did not speak back to him? What about the time that they threw their hands up and you rolled your eyes and you don't understand what I'm saying? Right. Come on, let's just keep it real. We reacted and we did not respond the right way. I'd be the first to admit that you know, somebody, you know, they offended me, they hurt me, my heart was crushed. Oh God, it was years ago. It was years ago. True story. And when they came back to me, I was healing. I was getting over the hurt. I wasn't as hurt as I was before. So they came back to me asking me for a favor to write, like, you know, something for them so they can get the job. Right. And my mom would say that, no. What? Oh, you know, you're crazy. Who you think you is coming back to me after you have done this type of stuff to me, and you got the nerve to come to me? And that's what my flesh was saying. Right. But my spirit and the God in me said, do it. Mm-hmm. So what I decided to do is, I said, well, what you needed to say? So I had to die. Watch this. Y'all ever watch movie where you got a devil on this side?
Yeah.
And you got an angel on this side?
Right.
That's what was going on with me. And I wanted to lean to the devil and say, and give us some choice words, that wasn't speaking in tongues and, saying the right thing. But I submitted to the right thing to do.
Right.
Instead of me reacting, I responded. And when you respond, you're able to process what you're feeling. What I felt was what I felt. Your feelings are valid. But one thing we got to understand is we don't have to let our feelings dictate our responses or reaction. I can feel offended. I can feel like you tried me by coming to me, but I don't have to be led by that feeling.
Right.
Am I making sense in here?
Yep.
So how many people have been led by the wrong feeling? So I took the time to write the letter, and I felt good. I felt good after I did a good deed to somebody who I knew couldn't stand my good, but they just wanted to use me because of my position to get to a better place. You understand what I'm saying? It didn't take nothing away from me. You see what I'm saying? It actually matured me because it showed me that I ain't always been like this. So I saw growth in my own life, and I saw, myself being able to respond rather than react. Right? Every time I would hear that name, I would get angry. Get fear. That's when you know you are still offended. That's when you know you are not in the place of forgiveness. But once I did that good deed for them, I knew then I'm over this. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Let's give biblical language to this, because the Bible says if your enemy asks you for your coat, what does it say? Give it to him. Right?
Yeah.
So when you do a good deed to somebody, watch this, who may not care for you, the Bible says it's like you're heaping coals of fire on their head. You are actually bothering them because they can't believe that you're doing something good to them after they have mistreated you. Say that again.
Don't be thinking about it too.
Right, exactly. And after I did it, I'm talking about. Listen, I was so, you know what I'm saying. I was excited because I saw growth. I saw that I didn't have to let what happened to me dictate the rest of my life, and that's what we do because it was traumatic to me. Now, what did we establish what trauma is? It's an emotional experience that you have in a traumatic situation. It can be a divorce, a bad breakup, a car accident. It can be molestation, whatever it was. It's traumatic. Let me tell you how you know you're dealing with trauma, because you still talking about it negatively. Negatively. If somebody has offended you, whether it's church, relationship, on the job, you don't got 3 jobs since that job. Why you still talking about the boss who didn't treat you right at 3 jobs ago? You're still traumatized by it, and you have not moved on. Watch it. You have not moved forward. You have moved on, but you ain't moved forward. Can I talk to somebody in here? This is how you know you're still dealing with traumatic situations. Because it's a past experience that you are reliving in your present right now. So how do we break free from past traumatic experiences? Y'all talk to me. Forgiveness. Just that simple. I remember sharing with somebody, about forgiveness, because they kept rehearsing over in their mind what somebody had did to them. And their response was, you act like I can just let it go. I said, that's exactly what forgiveness is. You know what I'm saying?
Let it go and move on.
You can let it go. That's what forgiveness is. Letting it go. Why is it, and I want to really just dive into this right here. Why is it that we feel like we got to hold on to what somebody did to us? Does it give us a sense of power?
Cause some people do.
Yeah,
Like it's like, okay, if I don't let this go, if I do let it go, what else do I have that's gonna fuel me to even do anything? A lot of people hold unforgiveness. That has fueled them in business. That has fueled them in everyday life.
Right.
If I let this go, what's gonna push me then? What's gonna be that drive?
Okay.
So for some people,
that's good. I see what you're saying. So unforgiveness, a type of anger.
Right.
The anger is fueling me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. That's good. But do I have to keep building off of that anger? Do I have to let that anger drive me? It can be good in a sense, because sometimes you got to get angry enough to move forward.
Right.
Y'all understand what I'm saying? Anybody ever got angry enough when you were sick of it? I'm through with this now. And you done said it 17 times before that. I'm through. But when you got angry enough, you probably said some other words and stuff like that. And you got mad and bust car windows out. I know there ain't nobody in here. I'm just talking to the folks on the lot, flat tire. You were done.
Yeah.
But watch this. I don't have to continue to let that anger, you know what I'm saying, push me in a continual place to be successful or continue to get things done. Because watch this. I don't want that anger to keep lying in my heart.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because it'll turn into bitterness.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I'll be looking at present and future things from the lens of anger.
Right.
Because if I run into something or somebody who resembles what caused the anger, now I'm what? Triggered. There you go, right there. Now I'm triggered. So now I'm still not over it. I'm successful. Watch this. I got materialistic things, so I'm where I want to be in my career. But watch this. I'm still angry. I'm still triggered, and what it does, it spills over into other connections and relationship, and what it'll form is an unhealthy attachment. That's what I want to get to. I set y'all up there. Unhealthy attachment. What does an unhealthy attachment look like? From experience. Or can we recognize them?
Yes.
Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't.
Okay, I want to deal with both of those.
Yeah.
Give me one at a time. Who want to go first?
An unhealthy attachment is basically like you dealing with somebody that's not pouring into your spirit, not pouring into anything that you got going on, and you steady trying to like be there and support them because you know what type of love you want to receive.
Yeah.
So you putting that out there and you trying to produce that, but they're not showing it back because they really don't know how or never been taught how.
So they're not reciprocating back to you.
Right.
That's good. That's good. Stick a pin in that. Somebody else?
I think my spin on it would be trying to drag somebody where they're not meant to be. It's like, okay, yeah, you supposed to be up here.
Okay.
But no, come on, they're my best friend, even though that's not anywhere near where they gonna be going or where they headed. So you're hurting yourself trying to bring them where you at. So.
Oh God. So how long will I stick around and let you bleed on me? By me trying to get you, watch this, to a place I see in you, but you can't even see it in yourself.
Because a lot of times you got more faith in the potential of people that you're connected to than they actually have for themselves.
Come on now.
And it hurts you because it's like, okay, I see all this in you.
Yeah.
But if you can't see it, you ain't going to get to it.
I can't want it more than you.
Yeah.
So in actuality, okay, I'm connected with you because I see the potential in you.
Right.
And normally, if we would just take a look at our past, many types of connections we've had were probably predicated upon potential.
Right.
How did it work for you?
It was draining.
And you ended up being hurt, right?
Yeah.
Because watch this, I saw the potential, but watch this, what we overlooked was the reality of what they are right now.
Right, what we seeing.
Right. Oh God, my heart is telling me, okay, I need to stay because you got potential.
Right.
But my head is telling me, okay, your potential don't look like your reality. So I need. So do we need to make a decision based upon potential or reality?
Yeah.
Reality.
It get hard though because
It get hard.
you done invested.
Oh,
Right.
You
God.
know, time, money, whatever you've invested into this person or this situation. If I pull back, okay, I'm losing all that.
Uh-huh.
Even though I can get something better if I,
Come on.
do right.
Right.
And put it towards something else. But
Uh-huh.
I invested in this.
So how do we not overextend ourselves because of the potential that we see? That good right there.
You have to set boundaries.
Yes.
Set boundaries. Where you come from? Where do you come from? Where do you come from? You gotta set boundaries.
Right.
So how do I set boundaries with individuals that I see have the potential? But watch this, their reality does not match what I see in my mind about them. What kind of boundary do I set? I don't overextend myself emotionally. I don't overextend myself financially. I don't overextend myself. These are boundaries. Because watch this. I can come alongside you and assist you.
Right.
Support.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Support you. But watch this. I want to see how far you going to go
On your own.
on your own.
Right.
Because I don't want to be
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So what? Now we can point fingers at them, but watch this. We gotta point fingers at us too,
Right.
because we allow for ourselves to overinvest in potential. Potential don't mean that there's a guarantee that that potential gonna come to pass.
That's right.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So we end up hurt, frustrated,
Right.
and we're triggered because watch this. I done invested myself. I done invested time. I done invested money. I done invested blood, sweat, and tears. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hurt and I'm frustrated because watch this. Now I'm left disappointed and depleted, and now I'm lonely because I ain't got you no more.
Right.
I had to make a decision.
Right.
Yeah.
But watch this. Why do we stay attached so long when we know, okay, the potential ain't lining up with the reality? You prayed, you've given word of encouragement, you've even sold money to try to get them started in their business
Right.
career and stuff like that. Well, you made plenty of sacrifices, but nothing is producing fruit.
Nothing is enough.
What make us stay so long?
Like childhood trauma, like stuff from our past that connect us, like us having the same type of trauma bonds and traumatic experiences, and you don't want to see them fall. You basically want them to come up with you, or you want to see them lifted up. You don't want to leave them behind,
Come on.
knowing that they've experienced what they've experienced, and you've seen it. Like you've seen the abuse, you've seen traumatic stuff that they've experienced along with you going through it, but you fight through it, so you want them to fight through it too, and you let them know that I got you, we in this together.
Right.
So that's what basically will keep you there longer, because you just don't want them to fall. Like you want them to
Right.
like be on side of you, at least, or you pushing them further ahead of you, so that you can make sure or guarantee that they get it. And it's basically still, it'll be up to them, because if you keep trying to push them and they don't want it, then you'll end up drained.
You hurting yourself.
Yeah, you're hurting yourself, and you eventually have to let them go.
You have to let
You
them.
will have to let them go.
But we stay so long.
Yeah.
We stay so long. Now, here's the thing also. Okay. You said something about past experiences, childhood trauma and stuff like that. In a sense, we stay attached to unhealthy attachments because we remember we didn't have anybody in our life to push us
Right.
like you're pushing them.
Right.
So if you walk away, you are fearful that they're going to feel like you felt as a child when you was experiencing the trauma.
Right.
And this is what's called a trauma what?
Bond. Right.
I don't want you to feel like I felt, so I'm going to stay attached to you. I don't see no fruit. I don't see, but I believe in you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So watch this. What would Jesus say about this? He says, don't cast your pearls. Because what is a swine going to do? I don't care. You can put a pig in a soup and put some gold teeth in his mouth and polo shoes on his feet. It's still going to be a pig. You see what I'm saying? What we do is, anybody who has kids know, okay, when you buy them name brand stuff and stuff like that, they go to school, they don't look like the same child when you
Right.
when they come back home.
Right.
The J's that you done spent $200
Right,
on,
keep on
polo
shoes.
shirt. I'm talking about it dirty. I'm talking about the collar hanging all over here. The shoe just nasty. And what happened? What happened? You start fussing.
Yeah.
Watch this, because watch this. You know the value
Right.
of what you done invested in them, but watch this. They don't know the
They
value.
don't know.
So watch this. It'll be insanity for us to keep pouring value into somebody who don't value. Oh God. So this is what we're doing in people. You're investing time, you're investing wisdom, you're investing word and sweat equity into somebody who do not value what you're pouring into them. Y'all see what I'm saying? It says, don't cast your pearls to swine. And what that means is, why would I give something of value to somebody who don't understand the value of what I'm giving them? Somebody said this, and I want to quote it. If you can't value my presence, maybe you will appreciate my absence.
Amen.
Can I talk to somebody?
Amen.
Oh God, I know it's hard because you don't want anybody to feel like you felt when you was abandoned as a child, when you was neglected as a child, when you didn't get the attention and the love that you knew you were supposed to have as a child. It grows with you into your adulthood. And this is what gives the language to why we react the way we react and why we choose potential and the people that we decide to attach with in our lives. Anybody ever, okay, you connected with somebody, okay, you left that unhealthy connection, but you got with somebody else and it was a different person, but you was experiencing the same thing.
Yes.
That's what's called a trauma loop. You know you will attract
What you were.
some of the people that you are. It'll reveal what's in you.
Right.
Y'all understand what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah.
When you let me this is good, y'all. Y'all gotta tag somebody. Y'all gotta share this with somebody. I gotta calm down because it's so good. I can't. Oh God. Unhealthy attachments, watch this, is defined as the partner who consistently provides support without getting what they need. They may feel drained, resentful, and unsupported. So in an unhealthy attachment, in a very real sense and short definition is, I'm not getting what I'm putting out.
Right.
So there's no reciprocation.
Right.
Now, I can't expect for somebody to give me in return.
Right.
Because a lot of times we like to put people in a position to be like us in return.
Right.
But they are them.
Right.
They're not you.
Right.
The love and the characteristics that you give are you.
Right.
Now, they may not return them the exact same way, but there needs to still be a healthy reciprocation.
Right.
If I'm supporting you, I need you to support me. If I pour into you, you need to pour into me.
Right.
If y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It needs to be a healthy attachment. The attachment, watch this, you have established and will be forging in your future. It plays a pivotal role in determining your happiness, fulfillment, and quality of life. When you are pouring, and things are not being reciprocated back into your life, watch it, it will drain you. It will cause depression to come on your life, anxiety. You will sense, this is the language of somebody, watch this, who is connected to an unhealthy attachment. It don't just have to be a relationship. They begin to say stuff like this: I don't have nobody in my life. I don't have anybody that I can turn to. I don't never get the love back that I'm putting out. The reason why you are talking like that, because you don't realize that the people that you're choosing to be in your life are the choices that you make.
Right.
And watch this, until you deal with the reason why you're choosing these type of people, you're going to continue. Tamika, what you laughing at over there? You're going to continue to repeat the same cycle. Because I'm not healed in a place that I need to be healed in to be able, watch this, to make the right choices.
Right.
Come on, y'all talk to me now.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
we can blame them for
Right.
not living up to the potential, but I got to take responsibility for choosing them and believing
Right.
in the somebody. We like to throw the word out in Christianity, discernment.
Right.
You know, that's really not a biblical per se word. Christianity didn't start that word.
Right.
Discernment in its realest form is me taking my feelings out of it and stepping back and looking at it for what it really is.
Right. Right.
That's discernment.
Right.
Because if my feelings are in it, watch this, I'm going to see the reality, but my heart and my feelings going to tell me, I know he's going to get better.
Right.
I know she's going to get better. Because your feelings are in it. So your feelings allow for you to see through an unhealthy lens. And it forms an attachment that's hard to break.
Right.
You want to say something? Come on, give it to
Come
me.
on, Pastor. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so yes, it's on us too.
Uh-huh.
But you ever be in an unhealthy attachment where they're trying to be what it is that you're saying? Like, okay, they trying to do all that,
Okay.
and then it's just like, okay, all of a sudden they just quit trying to. You know, you pointing into you. You gonna do great things. You gonna do.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And then all of a sudden, they just, all right, take off whatever it is that you've been pouring into them and do what they've always been doing. I think
Come
that's
on.
where the hurt come from, because it's
Right.
like, you was actually fooling me because you put it on what I was putting out.
So
That's what I'm hurt by.
So,
God just been moving fast enough.
I want to show you what this is. Because when a person begins to show certain signs of what you've been trying to get them to demonstrate and they begin to carry it out for a short period of time, listen, this is a form of manipulation.
Right.
I would do just so much to keep you attached to me.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
watch this. You are benefiting me, watch this, in what I need. But I can't reciprocate nothing back to you to benefit you in any kind of way. So this is a form of manipulation. And I'll control you, watch this, and keep you attached to me. And then watch this. They'll show up with tears. I'm sorry, you know, I'm going through a lot. I'm having a hard time. And they'll begin to shift the blame to
Right.
other things
Right.
of
Yeah.
why they can't accomplish the things that you see in them. We got to remove our emotions. You got to take your feelings. I know it's easier said than done. That's why we got to set boundaries in the beginning,
Right.
so we won't overextend ourselves. I'm talking to me too now.
Right.
Y'all understand what I'm saying? So we got to set those boundaries. We got to set standards for ourselves, because when you set boundaries and standards, you're saying to others and to yourself, this is what I'm worth.
Right.
And if I know my worth, I'm not going to
Allow.
settle or allow for anybody, watch this, to manipulate or take advantage of the value
Right.
Yeah.
of who I am. This is not arrogance, it's not prideful, it's confidence in knowing who I am, though, because God said I'm fearfully and what?
Wonderfully made.
I'm wonderfully made. So if he think I'm the apple of his eye,
Right.
Hello.
come on, talk to me, somebody. So I gotta live out that value.
Right.
If my father says this is who I am, I need to keep my standards there. And whoever understands my value, I don't have to pull and drag them
Right.
to be who they are purposed to be.
Right.
This is what we talked about Sunday, having purpose partners
Right.
in any capacity. I needed to match my purpose, not where I am right now,
Right.
but where I'm going.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, what we do when we are in unhealthy attachments, we have to make a decision. Do I want to live the rest of my life with this person just like this? And if that's not what I want to do, watch this, in the beginning stages of conversating, dating, or any type of business connection or whatever, if I said no, I need to cut ties. I don't need to entertain it any longer. Because what the church tends to do is, and I see this a lot with men and women, if they get with me, I can pray them through it.
Right.
I just need to get them with me because I got an anointing to change them.
Right.
You deceived. Because you can't change anybody.
Right.
I'm supposed to assist, come alongside and assist you with where you're going.
Right.
If you ain't going anywhere, women are called helpmates.
Right. Right.
What you gonna help them with if they ain't got nothing going on?
Right. They ain't doing nothing.
What am I gonna assist you in?
So, Pastor, when you say in the beginning of the relationship, you need to set boundaries, but what if it's years down the road and you're now figuring out,
Yeah.
okay, I got this issue, and you're in a relationship with somebody, but how do you navigate then with setting those
You talking about
boundaries?
you're already in the relationship.
You already in the relationship with the person.
So what are
But
some of the
now-
signs that we're seeing that's showing up, years down the road?
The mask came off.
Okay.
You
okay,
saw a
that's
different
good.
person
So
than what you saw in the beginning.
So, okay, normally when you meet somebody, what they gonna do? They're gonna put their best foot forward.
Right.
Mhm.
I need to determine if the foot that they're putting forward is really them.
Mhm.
So this is what we're talking about, not overextending ourselves.
Yeah.
A lot of times we so much in a hurry, and when we finally go and sit down and have a conversation, we are enamored by how they look.
And a lot of time before you can even set boundaries in place, your
Uh-huh.
vetting process in general needs to be longer than what we think it is. Like,
Right.
vet this person.
Come on.
I saw a video. He
It's
was
an
like,
interrogation.
yeah, and he was like, sometimes I'll make you mad on purpose just to see what you do. I don't agree with that. But,
Uh-huh.
just to see what that reaction would be.
Right.
I
So
want to know.
So what that's going to bring us back to the point of, okay, what kind of questions are you asking? Because if I don't know this individual, you know what I'm saying? I don't know anything about them. I'm attracted to them. I like how they look, but it's got to be more than that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So what kind of questions are we asking in the initial points of contact? I need to see the fruit. If I don't know what kind of fruit that I'm looking for, I'm going in blind.
Right.
This is something I want you all to do. Pull your phones out, type it on the screen. I need you to come up with 10 to 15 things that you want in an individual. And watch this. The things that you want in them, I want you to be them first
Right.
before you start dating.
Right.
Hello, lights. Don't they say that in the old church? Hello, lights. Come on now. I ain't just talking about the outward appearance. 10 to 15 things. Trustworthy, supportive, a lover of God, able to communicate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
List those things. If you want somebody to be that to you, will you be that
Right.
Yeah.
to yourself before you meet anybody?
Right.
I know I'm challenging you.
Yes, sir.
Because a lot of times our expectations of what we want from somebody else, we're not even producing them ourselves.
Right.
I want somebody who gonna validate me. But are you validating somebody else?
Right.
Will you speak into their life? I want somebody who gonna cover me in prayer, but you don't even pray.
Right.
I want somebody who's supportive, but you're not supportive. Why don't you become what you are asking for? Oh God. So if I become those things, will I start to attract those things?
Yes.
Then I can know what to look for.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now I'm not looking through the lenses of trauma. I'm not just blown away with your outward appearance, your physique and stuff like that. You see what I'm
You be
saying?
strong in your discernment.
Right. So I need to know what to look for. I need to know what I don't want to accept in my life. What are my non-negotiables? What will I not negotiate on at all? Y'all see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you gotta have boundaries, you gotta have standards, and you gotta stick to it.
Yeah. And you can be by yourself for a long time.
You can be by yourself.
Right.
You see
But
what
you
I'm
gonna
saying?
enjoy
When
it.
you
Enjoy it.
watch
Yeah.
this, one thing about healed people, they understand that they'll never miss what's coming to them.
Right.
Come on.
Because what belongs to you is gonna find you.
Right.
Oh God. But watch this. When it finds me, will I be ready?
Right.
See, a lot of us have been praying for things, and God allowed for certain people and things to come into your life, but because I wasn't prepared.
Right.
Now watch it. God ain't gonna come down and keep your marriage together. God ain't coming down to keep your relationship together. God ain't coming down to clock in on the job for you. There's work that you got to do, watch this, to maintain what God done brought in your life. The Bible says a steward is to be found faithful. So when my blessing or the thing that I've been praying for finally comes into my existence, will I be prepared, or will I not be ready and run it off? So we gotta get into a healthy space, because whether we'll receive this or not, the unhealthy attachments that we have in our life was a decision made by us to allow them in our lives.
Right.
Hello, y'all still here?
Yeah.
Y'all still watching? So we got to take responsibility for the unhealthy attachments that we have in our lives. And I know once we get attached and we've been there a while, it's hard to just walk away. Don't get me wrong. It's hard to just let it go and cut ties when we know this is not healthy for me.
Right.
Because we don't overextended ourselves into it. So now my emotions are attached and tied to it. I'm still experiencing trauma in the situation that I'm in.
Right.
So we got to learn. You was gonna say something?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna say that, once when it comes down to your family and you basically, you discern that they're not the type of people that you want to be around, like you pour into them and they're not receiving what it is that you're giving them, and you finally accept that and you detach yourself and you forgive them and you love them from a distance, and they basically like just show up in your life thinking that, oh, well, she forgave me and she's still like in communication with me, but she don't hate me.
Come on.
But she's communicating with me still. I can still just enforce myself into her life. Like I still can just show up and just pop up at her house or just, invite myself involuntarily. And then like you don't want to respond with anger. Like, didn't I tell you not to come to my house? No more, like, don't pull up without calling me.
That's good.
And you don't want to react in anger, but it's like, I don't want you around me.
Come on now.
I don't want you around my kids.
Yeah.
So why you just can't get it in? Then like, why the police gotta get involved? Why I gotta get restraining orders and all that kind of stuff? When I said what I said and you ain't listening, you ain't trying to take in what I'm telling you. So like, what do you do when they try to enforce, like they try to force themselves, in your aura, in your space, when you forgave them, but then I say, stay from around me. You trying to trigger me.
Listen, y'all, put your life jackets on. Put your life jackets on. Put some life jackets in the comment. We getting ready to dive deep, baby. Listen, put your life. I don't want to take y'all out into the deep and y'all can't swim. Now watch this. This is good, you all. You say you've expressed yourself. You decided to disconnect.
Right.
But you're still cordial.
Right.
You forgiven and stuff like that, but you're making a decision, okay, I don't want to reconcile. I don't want to reconnect.
Right.
I can still be good to you. I can still talk to you and communicate to you, but watch this. I have this line drawn.
Right.
I got a boundary right here.
Yeah.
This is what we were just talking about, setting boundaries.
Right.
This is you teaching people how to treat you.
Right.
Now, when people are understanding of the boundary that you've expressed to them.
Right.
And when people begin to cross that boundary, I heard you say, I don't want to be angry.
Right.
But the Bible said, be angry, but don't sin. Anger is a good response. It's a natural feeling.
Right.
All of us experience anger. God even gets anger. God put that emotion in you.
Right.
But watch this. We got to learn to respond the right way when anger comes. Now, if a person crosses that boundary that I've set, and watch this, does not respect it, I need to be assertive.
Right.
I need to be firm. Now look, I don't have to get all out of character and stuff like that. This is a response.
Right.
I'm angry, but watch this. I can respond like, now, I told you I didn't want you over here.
Right.
This is my boundary. This is what I told you that I didn't want you to cross this line.
Right.
Now watch this. Since you can't respect the boundary that I've set, I'm gonna take other measures.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You have to enforce it. One therapist said it like this. He said, "You are a kingdom. You are a kingdom.
Right.
The Bible tells us we are a royal priesthood.
Right.
We are a holy nation. We set apart. Like the United States, they got boundaries.
Right. Right.
And when you fly into that airspace and they have not allowed you to fly into the airspace, they're going to call you up and say you have entered a no-fly zone.
Right.
That's your warning.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if you continue to disregard the boundary that I'm set and the warning, I can shoot you down.
Right.
Because I got to do whatever it takes, watch this, to protect my
Right.
kingdom.
Right.
Your body, your space is your kingdom.
Right.
You have a right and authority, watch this, to enforce the boundaries. But watch this, I need to do it with control.
Right.
I need to have control. I still don't, just because you cross my boundary, don't mean I have to react.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, if I know the person, I know you like to cross boundaries.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready for that.
Right.
I don't put it past you. That's my
Right.
discernment. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can expect anything from you, but watch this. I already got in mind what I'm gonna do
Right.
when you cross it.
Right.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm still poised.
Right.
I'm still controlled. You crossed the boundary at 9 o'clock this morning. By 12, I don't still need to be hysterical.
Right.
Or I don't need to lose my poise or you ruin the rest of my day.
Right.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to handle you for crossing that boundary and I'm going to leave it at that. That's going to be it. You see what I'm saying? Even if I got to call the police department.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, this is harassment. I need
Right.
you to make contact with them
Right.
so they can understand that I'm serious.
Right.
A lot of time, and I've messed up right here too before. I've set a boundary and I allow for the person to cross the boundary.
Right.
Watch this. So you may be giving mixed emotions.
Right.
You see what
right,
I'm
right.
saying?
Meet
You
siblings.
and that
You
comes
don't
from
want it
weakness
done. You
because
don't
I've been
want it
attached
done.
there
Right.
so long. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out of it. I'm trying to walk away from it, but I'm
Right.
still attached in a way,
Right.
and I still got feelings for you.
Right.
So that's why you have to take your feelings
Right.
out of it
Right.
and be assertive. You don't have to be nasty. You don't have to disrespect anybody. The disrespect is coming from the person who's crossing the boundary.
Right. Right.
So let me put you back in check by putting you back on the other side of that boundary.
Right.
Anger can be a good emotional response. We just have to learn how to respond and control it the right way. You see what I'm saying? Normally when we get angry, we on the
Blow
thousand.
something up.
You see what I'm saying? So now they done triggered you.
Right.
Now they got control of you. And you might go to jail.
Right.
But they were the one who crossed the boundary. But since I can't control or manage my emotions properly, now I'm all out of character.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'm fussing, I'm cussing you out. I got my kids in the other room. They being traumatized. And you see what I'm saying? So I don't want to give people that much power over my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Set your boundaries. Control your emotions. Respond the right way. This takes time because, okay, say when somebody crossed that boundary and you instantly get mad. Feel it. Feel what you feel. But you got to process it.
Yeah.
If you don't
Think
process
about
it, you're going to react.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So don't react. Think about it. Okay. All right. I set this boundary. They did this. Okay. Let me do this. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta talk to yourself or call somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who can help navigate you through that process.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You have to have, and this is what I mean by, okay, unhealthy attachments. If you got homegirls or guys around you who you call and say, girl, cut that nigga. Come on, can we just be real?
Right, yeah.
Come on, go off on it.
Right.
That's an unhealthy attachment
Right.
because they're not telling you how to process or manage it the right way. So you gotta have the right circle around
Sure
that.
do.
Girl, if I you out, bust the wonders out of car.
Not-
That ain't the right. That's not the right voice.
Right.
You gotta have healthy attachments in your life and in your ear to be able to speak to you. Okay, process this. Okay, think about this. This is what you need to do in this situation. This is what you need to do in this case. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't have to sit there and process it by yourself,
Right.
especially if you don't have the track record of responding.
Right.
If you react, you gotta have somebody on speed dial.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying? You gotta be able to hit a button
Right.
and say, look, I need you to pull up on me right now or talk to me right now because
Right.
I feel like, and you gotta be able to express what you're feeling. I feel like going out. I feel like fighting right now. I
Right.
feel like, you know what I'm saying? This is you releasing it.
Right.
The Bible tells us, bear the burden
That's right.
of my brother. So when you do that, you're putting the weight of the anxiety and the anger on the other person. And they're sharing the weight of what you're feeling. And they're going to respond with the right response of how you need to deal with it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Don't call Lil Pookie, them. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Yeah.
they pulling up,
Right.
ready to fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they're not thinking about the consequences
Right.
of what's going to happen. So you gotta have healthy attachments in your life, and we gotta deprogram a lot of people. We gotta reevaluate. We talked about this Sunday. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be something reciprocated back into my life of where I'm trying to get to.
Right.
I need people wherever I'm trying to get to. I need people in my life to be able to pour into me
Right.
for where I want to go.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of our attachments look like people of the past of how we used to look.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we're connected to them, and when you talk to them, they're pulling you back into your old ways,
Right.
your old behavior. You don't need them attachments in your
Right.
life. Y'all see what I'm saying? These are some of the signs right here, and y'all, we're running out of time. Research has shown that early childhood experiences shape a person's psychological and emotional responses, including attachment styles.
Right.
Based upon the people that we are attached to in our lives, are rooted to our childhood experiences.
Right.
And we can't go deep into that right now. I just want to touch the surface of it. But these are some of the signs that you'll have in your life when you got unhealthy attachment styles. Low sense of self-worth and self-esteem. Because if I know my self-worth and self-esteem, I know I won't lower my standard to continue to date based upon potential.
Right.
Based upon a person who don't meet the standards.
Right.
Or people who don't respect boundaries. When I know my self-worth, I won't attach to something like that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? In the first few conversations, and if you're paying attention and you watch it, certain signs will show up.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna show up. Because a person can only fake it for so long.
Right.
Y'all understand what I'm saying? The real them gonna show up. All you gotta do is give it time.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanna know if what a person is saying, is it true, give it time.
Yep.
Time will reveal it.
Every time.
Time will reveal it. Watch this. A person with unhealthy attachments, they struggle asking for help. I want y'all to listen to these things now.
Amen.
They push others away. Now watch this. This is very important. They push others away, even the healthy attachments. Because people believe, watch this, I can't trust nobody.
Right.
Because last
They
person,
did,
last
right.
15 people that did me like this. So I won't allow for anybody to attach to me because I'm looking through the lenses of the past trauma. So I'm gonna push the good help away too. And I'm gonna put them in the same category as everybody else, as toxic, because I'm looking at it the wrong way. So I'm gonna push people away. They have a fear of abandonment, and I ain't gonna dive deep into these tonight, but they have a fear of abandonment. So they're real clingy.
Right.
They can be overly clingy. Always want your time, all day, every day. You know, some people try to disguise it with, okay, a love language of quality time. Quality time is good, but sometimes, okay, I just need you to go to the bathroom by myself.
Go to the stove.
You know what I'm saying? Can I just use the bathroom by myself? Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Abandonment, and they always want all of your time,
Right.
and that's overbearing. It's too much because they are fearful that they're gonna be abandoned.
Right.
Where you at? What you doing? It don't take you but 5 minutes to go to the store and come back, but it took you 10 minutes this time. When you stopped at in the 5 minutes.
Right. What you doing?
That's funny.
Right.
I'm
But
telling you,
it's
this
true,
is
though.
true.
It's true.
It's true. Abandonment.
It's true.
Because they hadn't dealt with their abandonment issue from
Right.
childhood trauma. Overly, watch this, overly dependent or clingy. I can't get it out. Clingy.
Yeah.
That's it. Clingy.
Yeah.
Y'all got it.
Yeah.
Towards everybody else.
Right,
So
yeah.
they're overly dependent, always, depending on you for everything, not capable of doing things themselves.
Right.
Always want you to do everything. So you're drained and you're depleted.
Right.
Or they can be overly independent or resistant to intimacy with a partner. Overly dependent. Always got an independent mindset. Now watch this. Intimacy is not sex.
Right.
Sex can be intimate, but intimacy is different than sex is physical.
Right.
Intimacy, watch this, is emotional.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Independent person don't want to be vulnerable
Right.
with an individual. They'll talk on surface stuff, but they won't be vulnerable. This is too much.
Nope.
Keep your life jacket on, bro. We got it. An unhealthy attachment also looks like this: constantly seeking reassurance from another person's life.
Right.
Always, I done told you 200 times today I love you, and it still ain't enough.
Still enough.
Always want reassurance. Always want to be validated. That's good. Validation is good, and reassuring them is good. But I got to do this all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? You're not confident in who you are.
Are you weak?
So it don't matter what I say to you, you still not gonna look at yourself as a person of value or self-worth, right?
Right.
Another unhealthy attachment is jealousy, and they are threatened by another person's independence.
Right.
I don't know if y'all have ever seen this, and we're gonna wrap it up. You can be with somebody and they can be jealous of your success.
Amen.
I talked with I said one of my children about, the partner that they have, and I'm trying not to let y'all know which child I'm talking about. And they're doing good in life. They're elevating, continuing to go after their goals and dreams. But the partner that they have continue to talk about, why you doing this? Why you going to school? Why you trying to work on your credit? Why you trying to, you know what I'm saying? That's jealousy. You know what I'm saying? And what they try to do is try to pour into them to let them know you can be doing the same thing. And why are you not supporting me in my efforts to become better? You know what I'm saying? And it's the mindset of the individual is they don't understand that life is better than where we are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's very draining and toxic to have somebody that you're attached to that's not your number one fan.
Right.
That's not your biggest support.
Right.
Because watch this. If I'm attached to you, if I'm winning, guess who else winning?
You winning.
We win.
Right, we winning.
You know what I'm saying? But they don't have the right mindset. I know that it's a fear of if they accomplish all that they accomplished, they ain't gonna want them no more.
Right.
And I'm praying that they continue to accomplish all that, because I don't want them to be with them.
Right. Right. That's why I said
You see what I'm saying? Because it's unhealthy.
Right.
It's unhealthy unless they get delivered and
Right.
come to the knowledge and the sense of you got somebody who's going after something that wants
Right.
something out of life, and they get it from their daddy. And
Okay.
in order to be
Okay.
connected to, because when they get tired, you do, but
Okay.
you don't. You can stick a fork in you because I'm telling you, once they get tired, it's over with for you. You know what I'm saying? Either come up or leave them alone, because
Right.
they're not coming back down.
Right.
'Cause I'm continuing to push it. Keep
Right,
going. Yeah,
right.
go after what you want. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the person that's speaking to the life and give them, the right advice to keep
Right,
going.
right.
Don't try to, try to force them to see,
Right.
that you somebody of value.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So listen, y'all, we're out of time, but we're not out of words. I gotta just make a hard cut right now. If you're watching this live and you are in an unhealthy attachment, you gotta make a decision. You gotta make a decision, and it may be a hard decision. I know it's uncomfortable for you, but do you value who you are? Do you understand your worth? Do you understand that God has made you to be the head and not the tail, to be above and never beneath, to be the lender and not the borrower? He said you blessed in the city, you blessed in the field, you blessed coming and you blessed going. So everything that's attached to you need to mirror and match where you're going. If you're continuing to carry dead weight and you got to drag people and almost fight with them to get them to see who you really are, stop fighting. Stop fighting. Listen, make a decision. Evaluate if this is what you want in your future. Is this a purpose partner? No matter what kind of connection, whether it's a business partner, relationship, marriage, you have to make a decision. Go get some counseling. If you want to savor the relationship, the marriage, or whatever the connection is, if you want to save it, go to counseling. Go to therapy. If they don't want to get any help, you got your answer. Leave and do not cleave. You got to go. You got to go. If you want your life to be fulfilled, if you want to be happy, if you want joy and peace in whatever endeavors that you are going after, you got to have the right connections in your life. It's going to bless your entire life. It'll be best for you to stay alone than to marry wrong. It'll be best for you to take time out for yourself, to make yourself happy, to enjoy yourself, know your do's and know your don'ts. I'm going to say this again for you all who missed it. List 10 to 15 things that you want out of a partner. Accomplish those things. Become those things. Until you become those things, don't allow for anybody to come into your life, because you want to be exemplifying and duplicating what you want to reciprocate back into your life, and you all will be matching energy. A lot of people don't like that word energy, but energy is real. You see what I'm saying? And when you give it out, it'll come back to you. You'll reap what you're sowing from the person that's in your life. God bless you. We love you. Listen, we're getting ready to give. The prompts are on the screen. If something that was said tonight was a blessing to your life, we don't try to force anybody or twist anybody's arms to give anything to this ministry. If we have been a blessing to you, the information is on the screen. We thank you in advance for giving. You help us to do ministry in and outside the walls of this church. Listen, you all, we are
Kingdom.
God bless you. We love you. Have a good night.